right. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to start streaming or really making videos again, just as a creative outlet for myself since I'm always on a grind, always busy, businesses, just so much going on. And then, especially, I have so many opinions on what goes on in West Africa. As this channel was really about, or it started with Nigeria, then it's West Africa. So, I figure, you know what, if I can craft some time to do this stuff, then I think it'll be beneficial. Also, I want to put out content out, like just on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, wherever that's different from what I usually get and what I usually see from social media when it comes to anything dealing with West Africa. Usually it's a type of more liberal view, and I don't see enough people kind of going against that. There's one person that I came across that seems to really detail the issues with West Africa, but I mean he's an older guy, and I just don't see many people, millennials like myself, that are doing anything like this. So you know what? I'm like, all right, let me just get back into it and do it again. So I am gonna need your help because I want to have so many different ideas, but I want to kind of get your feedback on topics that you will actually watch, that you actually want to listen to, um, regarding to just West Africa. So I mean, it really could be anything as far as industries and stuff like that, but I like to center everything around West Africa. So if you have any ideas, then definitely put it in the comment section. Hopefully you can hear me clearly. My mic is not. I've been testing it. It's not really sounding all the best, but but this live stream is really just testing it, trying to get kind of like the flow of how I want to do it and what looks good. I'm gonna look at this replay and see how it goes, but really just to test just my equipment and see what needs adjusted and stuff like that. So I'm actually gonna. So if you ever heard of the website African News, we talk a lot about what's going on as far as business, anything that's happening in or in Africa, but I like to focus on West Africa, obviously. And they have business topics and some other topics as well. So I'm pretty sure I played one of these videos on my channel, but we'll get into it. I'll just bring up some stuff I see. Once again, this is a test, and then if anything piques your interest or if you have any ideas for what you would like to see that you don't see being done, then definitely let me know. Really, this idea, so I'm really big on critical thinking, critical thought. And what I usually get from West Africans, either back home, I'm in the US, so either back home or abroad, it just seems to be a lot of reactionary thinking or very low, unsophisticated commentary when it comes to certain things that are going on, and I don't really see a good back and forth of just challenging people's ideas. And so I watch a lot of political content, especially after COVID or during COVID. Everyone is in politics now. Everything is political. So yeah, I got an interest in politics, and I see so many different channels that really try to encourage debate, like healthy debate, and just critical thinking, seeing different angles. One of the channels that I like a lot is called PBD Podcast. Look it up; they're really good, all about business and just money. Find it like really good and thoughtful, and I just learned so much. Just their thought process, a lot of personal development in that. Like where are you lacking as far as how you can be a better person. Like I encourage you to actually go to that channel and watch some of their live streams, watch some of their videos. It's always a panel and you talk about different topics, but the way they ask questions, the way they kind of go back and forth with each other, I like that. And I wish there was something like that when it comes to just West African topics content. So since I don't see it, or it's not big enough where I can actually follow it. I only know one. That's Zanu Project, but he really just talks about issues. He doesn't really. It seems like he kind of he's apathetic to progress in West Africa, so it just kind of gets repetitive. So I'm hoping to at least get to that point when I have time, or like do something consistently where it could be a couple of you all, maybe like three or four, or whatever, and we can actually get on camera and we can kind of go back with our ideas. One of the biggest ones I know the strong opinion about is when it comes to Niger, Burkina Faso, what the leader over there is doing, and just some other stuff that I've seen, Mali, the Sahel region, and how those leaders are dealing with everything now that they left ECOWAS. And I always see content on Instagram, and it just like it's just like one sided. You're not really getting the other side. There's no critical, like pushing back. Anyways, there's a lot that I want to get into, but I don't want to make that the theme for this channel. This is really just to kind of test how this stream is going. So I'm going to switch it to this. So African news. I got the app. The app is not that good. It kind of crashes sometimes, but they do try to put up topics that are like trending and stuff like that, like Mali and Nigeria accused neighbors. So I'm just gonna click on some. How long do I want this live stream to be? Probably like 30 minutes. It's already at 12 minutes, so I'm gonna just see how it goes. So 2 hostages captured in Nigeria freed by Russia's Africa Corps. And Mali, okay, that's one. Nigeria, Tinubu sex finance. Okay. I don't know which one seems more interesting. Pope Leo. I'm not Catholic, so I'm not a fan of this one guy that seems like he's the Messiah or something like that. Like, he's the leader of Catholic Church, but to me, it's just like I remember I took some time to look up the Catholicism and just what they believe and stuff like that, and I remember I was just like, nah, I can't rock with it. But anyways, I mean, everyone has their own opinions on different religions and stuff like that. I really try not to get into it, but that's where he came. He came to West Africa, so that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. I knew he was in Cameroon. He gave a speech or something like that. Mali, Nigeria accused neighbors. I want to see what this one is about because this was interesting. Oh, there's a video, so I'm gonna play the video, see what happens, and I hope y'all can hear it as well.
A widening diplomatic rift is emerging in West Africa as Niger and Mali level new accusations against neighboring states over terrorism in the Sahel. Speaking at a security forum in Senegal, Mali's foreign minister said some neighboring states are harboring and supporting armed groups active in the Sahel. He did not name specific countries.
Oh, okay. This is so freaking annoying. Maybe it's, you know what? Okay, so you have these 2 countries that accuse their neighbors of holding terrorists, but you must not have proof, or else why wouldn't you say which countries they are? So let's see. Okay, so you have Nigeria and Mali. So I'm looking at my map. Algeria, I think. Yeah, Libya for sure. Chad, I know they're having some issues. It definitely isn't the ECOWAS countries. Mauritania, how do you say this country? Mauritania, yeah, Mauritania. I don't think it's that. So I think they're talking about Algeria, Libya. It does kind of border Niger. Chad, I know they're trying to fight off whatever, but I haven't really heard too much about Chad. So maybe it's Algeria and Libya. I think that's what it is. But I mean, if you're going to accuse 2 countries of doing something, then why not just say their name?
But also suggested foreign powers outside the region are involved. Niger's foreign minister echoed similar.
Okay, so when you say foreign powers, a lot of people make the assumption it's going to be France because they're both Francophone countries. That's the assumption, but I don't think it's the case, especially with what's going on with Iran, learning about Hezbollah and all these other terrorist organizations. It might just be them. Very strongly it's going to be them. But I hate when they make it vague. Like they say something and then they don't. Maybe they just don't know. They're just talking.
Claims saying some nations cooperating on counter-terrorism are also, in his words, fueling and sustaining the violence. He later clarified he was referring to France, which has not responded.
Yeah. So he said France, but okay, what about the The ones, okay, so we know that Iran sponsors terrorism across different areas. I think Boko Haram was one. Like, they don't bring those people up, but everything always comes back to France. It's kind of like how a lot of people say, okay, all the issues that's happening in the U.S. and the world, it all ties back to Israel. With these francophone countries, it's always France. Like, in my opinion, if I was the leader of a country, I want to take strict accountability for the state of my country, especially after all these years from colonialism. It does no benefit to the morale of the country when you're always blaming someone else. You're basically saying you don't have any power to change the situation in your country. Like, how about I just hate everything is France, France, France. It's like, yo, at what point are you gonna say you're just making poor decisions for your country? And they had a coup, so it's just like, a person annoying.
Accusations come as Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso continue to distance themselves from the West African region after forming their own alliance following military coups. All three countries have faced years of jihadist violence across the central Sahel. Despite the sharp rhetoric, Mali's foreign minister said limited cooperation with ECOWAS is still possible.
Okay, I hope you all can hear that. It's kind of, to me, it's coming across low. I need to figure out how to make this volume better. Okay, I see what's happening. Gotcha. Okay. So there you go. They think it's France that is fueling the issue. I don't know. Maybe, like, I don't have evidence on what's happening on in either direction, but it can't always be France. France is the cause of all your problems. Like, no. And this is one of the conversations I do want to have with people that can be respectful and sensible, but we can have debate about it. It's like, today's problems is not the cause of colonialism. Like, this shit is ridiculous. It's like, you gotta pull that camera inward, and then you start to see, like, oh, this is bad policy, greed. Always see corruption, but every country has corruption. Um, like, where's the influence of new ideas, and, like, just kind of something fresh and new in order to bring solutions. I don't see any of that stuff talked about. I don't see an empowerment. These governors, whether they're the coup leaders or whatever, there's no empowerment of the people I see. It's really just like, mostly what they talk about, if they do talk at all, is just some type of subsistence. So giving food or something basic. It's like, it's nothing about thriving. It's just about basic level survival. And it's just like, at a certain point, it's just, how can you keep blaming former colonizers? All right, let me look at something else. Sierra Leone signs offshore. Let me see what's interesting. Putin hosts defendants plead not guilty over. Okay, I don't know. Let me go to business. Let's see what's going on with the business. South Africa. We ain't in South Africa. Ticks higher as education and housing costs rise. Ooh, that's no good. Sierra Leone signs, okay, the offshore Rochelle. Nigeria's Tinubu Sachs finance. French ambassador says South Africa should attend. Okay, what is interesting? See, this is one thing about this website where, I guess because it's not that much interesting stuff happening in West Africa to these people, but it's like a global news in a sense, and it's kind of hard to find something. Okay, so Benin's right here. Despite Benin's economic boom, poverty persists. Okay, I'll probably click on that one. Senegal protests rally over cost of living and debt crisis. All right, let me do those two. Let me see what's going on here. Where the video? There we go. what's the
Voters head to the polls on Sunday in Benin to choose a new president against a backdrop of a booming economy, but not everyone is benefiting from it. Ruling party candidate Homiod Wadani is campaigning heavily on the country's economic performance during his decade as finance minister. If you want to set up a business in Benin, you can do it in an hour. That wasn't the case 15 years ago. Back then you had to queue.
Yeah, I definitely made a video about that where I think either Benin or Togo is one of the fastest places to start a business or to open up a business. Like, it's completely online, so they're good with that.
Up, and you'll have to come back in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month. Today you can set up your business online from the comfort of your own bed. It's the same for many procedures in the country today. Benin's economy grew 7% last year, according to the International Monetary Fund, making it one of West Africa's steadiest performers. But poverty remains entrenched. The business climate has improved significantly to the point where you can no longer operate as a casual trader. You have to meet certain conditions to actually be one. For example, in the old days, you would sort out your tax certificate in January or February, and that would last for another year. You would use it all year round. But today you have to get a tax certificate every 3 months to prove that you're genuinely in business. And at Talon, the country sustained robust growth for nearly a decade, driven by agriculture, trade, and a major port expansion in the economic hub of Cotonou. If you go to the market now, ginger costs 500. Tomatoes, in fact, everything is expensive.
So I guess I'm curious, like, what are they importing? I looked at it before. I have to look at it again. What food are they importing? Can they grow that stuff? I'm actually look this up.
The gains from Benin's booming economy have been unequally shared, with poverty remaining widespread, especially in the rural areas.
All right, so I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see what food products are imported into Benin. Let's see. Benin imports a wide range of food. Okay, major staple. Damn, rice. Very large volumes. One of the most important. Damn. Man, I know they can grow rice. All right, rice, wheat, other milled grains. 2, poultry. The dude just had a chicken farm. Chicken is, so they import a lot of chicken, frozen fish, stockfish, processed meats. Local supply isn't enough, so imports fill the gap. There goes a business opportunity. Oils and fats, vegetable oil. Ooh, that's the worst kind. A major everyday consumption. Okay. Sugar and sweet products, refined sugar, sweeteners, confectionery, candy, biscuits. Okay. Dairy products, powdered milk, very common. Cheese and butter, other dairy items. Dairy imports are high because local dairy production is limited. When that production is limited, it's saying that their systems are not maximized. Basically, there's lack of investment because, man, these should be processed foods, candy foods, instant noodles, snack. Okay, so let me see what this means strategically. Demand already is proven. These imports exist because urban populations are growing. Diets are shifting towards imported processed foods. Ooh, weak local production equals opportunity. That's what I was saying. This is ChatGPT, by the way. Dairy, poultry, and processing are underdeveloped locally. There's an opportunity right there. That's where value chains can be built. The highest leverage opportunities are cold. Okay. So let me see which of these imports can be done in the nation itself. I got 26 more minutes. See, I'm trying to give y'all some ideas of what you could start, just in case. Man, a lot of y'all don't like research specifically what's going on in each individual country in West Africa. So this channel is supposed to help with that. But let me see. Okay, a lot of what Benin imports, I like to say Benin, but Benin or whatever. Imports could be produced locally, but the constraint isn't land, it's infrastructure, skills, and systems. Damn, I got it. I know. It's just obvious. That's exactly, okay. Rice. Benin already grows rice, but not enough? Wow. Heavy reliance on imports, especially from Asia. So, I mean, I think rice can be grown almost anywhere. So, wow. It's just underdeveloped, okay. What's missing? Irrigation systems, modern milling, quality is inconsistent versus imported rice, storage and logistics. Okay. Number two, poultry, very high potential. Huge imports of frozen chicken. Local farmers exist but struggle to scale. So that person that we saw up there, he ain't scaling. He probably just don't have the capital. I guess this is where you have the banks. That's the bank's role. So what's the situation with banks? Like, okay, capital is already expensive to get in West Africa or just Africa in general. So, okay. What's missing? Man, maybe that's like, if the bank's not gonna do it, then you need private investors, and that can be you, where you do a partnership where, hey, if you making some, I mean, you can see the business, like it was on video, so you can actually go there, like the same way how, like, if you're trying to drop ship some item from China, you'll actually want to go to the factory to see where it's being made, just to make sure it's all on the up and up. So something like this, like if it's a chicken farm, like what we just saw, you can't fake that and just import chickens, whatever. It doesn't make no sense. So I don't know if you could get some equity in that. These are just ideas in my head. Maybe there's an opportunity where you can partner with someone that's already doing it. If you have capital, you're working in West or whatever, and you make decent amount of money, maybe you can come with your own ideas, experience, and bring some money and then work out a deal. And it might be better than your 401k. I don't know. Okay, fish farming. That's another thing I always thought that was interesting. So aquaculture, massive imports of frozen fish. Okay, so what type of fish can be? Okay, what type of fish can? I'm sure tilapia is one. Can be farmed. Actually, later. Okay, what else? Dairy, medium potential is harder. Okay, so heavy dependence on powdered milk imports. Local dairy industry is weak. Can it be done locally? Yes, but it's harder. Challenges climate, heat affects cows. Feed systems, coaching requirements. Okay. Okay. Vegetable oils, palm oil especially. Benin already produces palm oil. Still imports refined oils. So you just need refining, processing. Sugar technically can be done locally. Okay. There's a lot of competition for sugar, and not ideal for okay. 7 processed foods, heavy import. So, anyways, okay. Let me just say, what type of fish can be farmed? Tilapia is the number one choice, of course. Grow fast within 4 to 6 months. Catfish. Oh yeah, that's true. High survival rates, can live in low oxygen environments, grows large and sells well. Big in Nigeria, regional markets. African carp. Maybe this is for like stews. I don't know what the heck this. Heterodotus. Okay, shrimp, prawns. Okay. Yeah, you can't do salmon. Can't do trout. Exotic species that don't match, yeah. Okay, well, anyways, let me see if there's one more. How long is this feed? 31 minutes? I think this is good as a test. Let me know. Let me switch to the main character. I hope you enjoyed this test. If you have any ideas for topics that you would love for me to talk about, let me know in the comment section below. I always like to hear new ideas, and kind of give me some feedback on the 2 or the 3 stories. I think it was 2 stories that I talked about. What are your thoughts? And yeah, if you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe. I want this channel to really reflect what you like to watch. So if there's something that you don't see online that you would like to see more of, or you get frustrated, how come we don't do this, or no one talks about these topics related to just West Africa, then let me know and I'll take a stab at it. I'll look at it. If it matches what I'm trying to do, I'll go ahead and do it. But you all need to tell me. You gotta fill me in, because I only have so many ideas. Well, I have a lot of ideas, but if no one is watching it, then I don't feel like I'm not gonna spend the time to produce it. So I'm not sure when I'll do the next live, but hopefully sometime soon. And appreciate you watching once again.